Hi guys, I'm going to talk about the Fanatec, the CSL DD wheelbase with, as you can see here, this is the quick release 2. Okay, and here in the wheel we have the McLaren V2 with this quick release. That is also the new one, of course. This metal part. This is metal. This is not plastic. So I want to talk you to tell you about this because I have a problem. First, I'm not a YouTuber. You can see it in my channel. I don't want to become one. I don't want to be famous at all. Of course, I'm not going to for this video. Not 100% not. But it is not. It is not my intention to make money or get recognition or whatsoever. I just want people owning this base and this kind of setup, and other people that may be thinking about buying it, to know the truth about Fanatec and the problem they have now, still have. Because it's a problem I have with this now. I cannot play at all, and the problem is that I am playing for a while, then suddenly my wheel stops working. So I have pedals, I have the steering wheel working properly, the steering, let's say, but the buttons, the shift, and all that stuff on the wheel not working at all. Then I get out of the game, and the software, the Fanatec software, as you can see, is updated, and the software is telling me to install the wheel firmware again, and I can see my computer getting a bad signal from the wheel. It is like connecting and disconnecting all the time, and trying to install the firmware every time, because it sees like it is getting disconnected and connected again. And this, I can show you a video about this, and I realize the problem is the connection between the QR2 and the base. It is not the connection between the wheel and this part here. This is totally perfectly fine, and it works perfectly. I realize as soon as this happens, the only way to make it work again is getting this clamp out, getting this part out, put it in again, clamping this again with, let's say, more torque, more tightening force, and it will work again for some time. Then after a while, using the wheel, it will happen again. So sorry for my English. You can see this is not my first language, so sorry for if I make any mistakes. I will. And also for the communication skills, because as I said, I'm not a YouTuber, and I just want people to know what's the problem with this and how to solve it. The other reason why I'm making this video is not only to explain you why this happened, from my point of view. Let's be clear here, and 99.9% sure that what I'm saying is true, but of course I cannot tell you this is 100% like that, because I haven't done any studies about this, and probably Fanatec will tell me, okay, this is not happening like this, but I'm pretty sure. So just be clear, because I don't want anyone to tell me, no, this is not like this, or you're wrong. Okay, this is my opinion. You can take it or leave it. And the other reason why I wanted to talk about this is because Fanatec, I contacted them, told them about the problem, explained everything in detail, what I thought the problem was, and they didn't want to help. So let's begin with the problem itself. The problem is this connection, as I told you, between these two parts. And as you can see, this is plastic, and the shaft here is plastic as well. I believe all three parts are made of PA with 66% of PA66 or PA6, that is polyamide, and with a percentage of glass fiber probably. And this is a very stiff plastic part, but it has some problems in my opinion. Then how it is working. So you can see this is the USB type C here, and they are inside. There is another female connection for the USB, and both are rigid. Let's say you don't have any flexibility between both parts to move at all, so you have to put it in place. It has to go all the way in, and it cannot move, otherwise you will have this problem. You will have bad connection. The problem is the only parts holding this in place are this clamp here, and the other part, I don't know where it is now. I think it fell. But okay, you know how it is. It's the same part as this one. It goes in the other side, and then you have two screws in here, and it clamps here with some force. The problem is you only hold this in place due to the friction. The friction is made by this clamp, and this clamp, when you tighten this up the first time with the torque of the manual or the instructions, it won't be enough. Okay, after some time, depending on your setup and your position, depending how you pull and you hold the wheel, you may have the connection problem, and you realize that you have to tighten it a little bit more to have it working. The problem is this is plastic, and plastic have a problem that is creepage, and if you put a lot of load in this part here, it will have some deformation. I can see this part is already deformed due to the tightening torque I have to put in here to keep it working. And the creepage is deformation that under a lot of load, the plastic will have not elastic but plastic deformation over time. So if you put too much force, it will deform, and it has permanent deformation, and over time it's getting worse. And the thing is, if this is deforming, the clamping force is reduced, then you have to put more load, and then the cycle, it's like it will deform even more with time. So this is not, in my opinion, a good solution. And well, why I'm so sure and why I'm talking about this? Okay, this is my work. I'm a product development engineer, and I work with plastic parts. And again, this is not to show anything. This is not to get recognition. I can't say this is 100% true, but I'm pretty sure this is like this. Okay, and if I'm wrong, just tell me, leave a comment or whatever. But yeah, this is a problem. In my opinion, there are two ways to solve this problem. This is a design problem only, and you need either a flexible USB-C connection, so you have a cable here and a cable inside maybe, or a fixed bar inside, and this USB connection is has some security clip, let's say, to keep it in place, and the cable allows you to have some flexibility, so when you pull, it won't disconnect from the base. Okay, even if you have a few millimeters of movement in here, nothing will happen. It will still be okay. This is one solution. The other solution would be not to have only the friction with this clamp here, making friction between these two parts, but to have in this part and in this part maybe to have a kind of step or rib, and then you have a mechanical stop. So when you clamp these two parts together, it is impossible to move at all, because the rib is holding all of this in place, and it's limiting your axis motion in this direction. Okay, sorry if this sounds not too technical, because I know it isn't, but if it sounds confusing, because I cannot explain myself pretty well. And let's in English. So this is the problem, and this, in my opinion, how you solve it. But as this, it is not designed in any of those ways. I contacted Fanatec and I told them, please give me a solution for this, because the only thing I want is to be able to play and not start a race, and be 1 hour racing, and suddenly it stopped working, and yeah, it's 1 hour loss because I just have to leave the race and it's for nothing. So it is very frustrating, and I think the way they manage this is very, very bad, because you have a customer that bought a product, it's not working at all, it's not asking you to replace the full product, it's just asking for a single part, and they told me no, we won't give you this part, because they were offering me to have this new part, this plastic part again, a new one, because they say, okay, maybe your part is broken, or it's deformed and it's not working properly. And I said, no, I don't want this solution, because this is something to give me now this part again, and then I know it will work for a while, and then suddenly with time it will stop working again, and we will go through this process, and I will be again not able to play, and this is not a solution for me. Because this part at the beginning was perfectly fine, and then with time it got worse. So this is the main reason I don't like this company is doing this, because if I already use this one that is supposed to be bad, plug it in again and tighten this up, it will work as well for some days plain, and then it will stop working. So this new part for me, it's for nothing. And they have this same part but metal part, so this let's say aluminum here, and the other part as well, and then it goes in here, and in my opinion it's more or less the same, but it is better because the metal is more let's say flexible, and I have this crimpage problem, and you can have more load in here, so you can have more force clamping these two together, and probably it won't happen. Okay, and what is funny for me, I asked them, please just give me this new part that you have, metal part, for free, and it's okay, and it will be okay, in my opinion, let's try it. And they said, no, if you want this, it's an upgrade and you have to buy it. And I said, well, I am having this problem, you don't even give me a 60 euros part. This is the final price for the customer, so for them it's much less. And they prefer to lose a customer and have this kind of videos and people knowing this really bad customer service they have, than spending money on giving me this aluminum part. And it is sad also because they think we are stupid. They say they have for this base this part out of metal, and it's an upgrade. Now my question is, if this part is fine and it is working properly fine, why do you need an upgrade? Why will you spend more money in a metal part just because you want to have a better part? For what, if this is working? Tell me. And I'm going to tell you why I think this is happening. This is happening because they know this part is not working. They know they have a problem, this connection, and they say, okay, here you have an option. We give you this part. And instead of giving the customer the part for free, so they have to spend a lot of money giving every customer this part for free, they say, well, we will make a business out of this. So people will have this problem, and then they will buy the part. So this is a problem we solve, getting more money. And I understand it from the company point of view, but for the customer it's bullshit. And yeah, I think please guys, and that's why I ask you, this is a very boring video. The image is annoying because I have this wheel in my hand. I'm not showing my face and then showing only my screen. And this, yeah, I know it's not very good for entertainment, but please, if you own this or if you know people that it's considering to buy this, please like the video. Don't subscribe because I won't have anything in the future, but also share the video, please. This is very important. I just want people to see this, and the community, people from the community. And again, I'm not making money with this. Nobody pays me, because I already contact some YouTubers that they have more recognition and more views, and told them, please contact me. I have something to tell you. Maybe you can show it in your channel for to help people out. And no one, really no one wants to do it because probably they're paid by Fanatec, they have some business going on and they don't want to show it. And I'm pretty sure there are more videos about this, but I don't know if they are explained the same way. And this is the thing. I believe it's not ideal solution, but the metal bracket will help solve this. And they just refuse. They didn't want to give me one. And I have the problem. I cannot play because I've been trying to solve this, and now we'll try maybe buy the part by my own. Another part, not from Fanatec, of course. There are Chinese parts, metal parts you can buy in AliExpress or I don't know, eBay maybe, or Amazon. And if you are going to buy this metal part, upgraded part, don't buy it from Fanatec because this is a business out of a problem they have, and I think it's unbelievable, especially when they have a customer service problem in the past, and they have problems with the company exactly because of this thing and because of this connection as well, and they handled it like this. I know it's now Corsair, I think, but in my opinion, you have to share this. And I've seen in the website, I wanted to make a comment about this and they didn't. I don't know why my comment was not also authorized. I don't know if it was some kind of, I don't know, AI doing that automatically because it was too long or whatsoever, but I couldn't comment. And I saw that in the website, in the forum, they have people talking about this problem, and they are telling them that it is software related. They have to update the wheelbase and the software and the firmware and go through the process of removing this again and put it in again. And I know this is just, it will work for a while and later it won't work. So it's not a solution. So thank you very much for watching the video till the end. I know it's annoying, but please give it a like and share, because I think it is important that these companies that are making a lot of money with this and they don't want to help the customer with the problem, creating more problems. Because if I knew, I just bought another wheelbase from another company. And now I have this problem that I don't know what to do with this, and I cannot play. So thank you and see you.